Greetings, fellow teachers. Mr. Shima here, and I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to pair up all of your courses with Powerschool, your Schoology courses with Powerschool, so they all sync up and all the grade books all match. Unfortunately, it's not a simple one-step process. There are steps. Okay, so I'm going to take you through them. Now, for those, this is all really based on the categories feature of Schoology and Powerschool matching. All right. So for every category that you have in Schoology, it needs to be paired up with a category in Powerschool, and then everything will work together. So what's a category? Well, it's pretty simple. I'm just going to go into this course here real quickly, and we'll just choose a random course. Anytime you're adding a material like an assignment or a discussion or whatnot, you'll know that it asks you for a category down here. Okay, and you can't actually create the assignment unless you assign a category. So you can see here when I click this, I have all of these categories to choose from. Now you may, if you're just getting started out, only have 2 categories here, or maybe 1, maybe just ungraded. What I'm telling you is that you have to create these grading categories, and you can do them in the assignment, but I'm going to show you an actual easier way. All right, so that's what a category is, and Powerschool has the equivalent, and so what you need to do is match those all up. So let me go through the steps on how to do that. All right, so let me show you a class real quickly that has everything all matched up. So for those of you that already have your categories all set, this is all you really need to know. Open up your course, click over here on the left-hand side where it says Powerschool. And this may take a moment to load for whatever reason, just takes a bit. Okay, you're going to see this screen right here. You'll notice that there are 2 tabs up here, Sync Grades and Configuration. The sync grades will tell you whether everything looks good. And if everything is greened, that's great. If it's not yet synced, it's something that is usually something that you posted that has nothing that needs to be graded. Okay, there was no grade involved in it, so it's fine. All right, as long as you don't see any red stuff here, you're in good shape. Now, how do you get it all set up is this button right here, Configuration. When you click on Configuration, again, it might take a second, so give it a moment, because it's talking to Powerschool right now. All right, you're going to see this screen here. First thing I'm going to tell you to do is check mark this box right here, the automatically shorten assignment titles. That way, if you make a really long assignment title in Schoology, it will just kind of shorten it and abbreviate it in Schoology, so in Powerschool, so it doesn't get messy. All right, so you see 2 columns here. One, it says Schoology course categories. The other one is Powerschool course categories. This is the one where you're going to pick which one is going to be matched up with the Powerschool categories. So these are set. You can't change these in Schoology. All right, so what you see there is currently the categories that you have available in Powerschool. Now, can you add categories in Powerschool? Yes, you can, but you have to do that in Powerschool. So I'm going to get that. I'll show you how to do that in a second. But for right now, let's assume that you have these all set up. This is what you would do. You'd come over here and you would choose from the drop-down menu some type of a category that will match and be associated or paired with that category in Powerschool. Now, the one thing you need to know is you cannot choose 2 categories over here that are the same. All right. So for example, you see how I have performance here matched up with classwork, and I have performance here matched up with performance. When I try to say save changes, it's going to give me an error saying you cannot map the same category to multiple adapter categories, meaning Powerschool. All right. So I need to have a different one for each one. All right. So let's see. Let me change this one back to my daily, weekly tasks. So that's matched with that. Discussions matched with discussion. Performance matched with performance. All these are kind of the same just for ease in naming. But do you have to have them be the same name? No, you do not. You see, I made a category here in Schoology called Assessment, and I am pairing that with the category called Test in Powerschool, and that is okay. All right. The one thing that you do need to know that's very, very important is that if you have any assignments or anything in Schoology that you've marked as ungraded as the category, that's not going to work. Powerschool doesn't like that. All right. So you have to create a category called something like not graded is what I called it. And then I match that up with a category that I created in Powerschool called ungraded. All right. So that's basically something that I'm going to post or have the kids do an activity, but I'm not going to issue any grade on it. All right. But at least it has categories that match. That is something that's done. All right. So now everything is paired up with something uniquely, and I can say save changes and everything should be just fine. It likes it. All right. So how do I create categories? Let's start with Schoology since I'm here first. I would pick a single class that you're going to create categories for that you might want to apply to all of the courses that you teach. Now, if you're in elementary school and you only have one, that's fine. You have it easy. But if a teacher here at the secondary or high school, you might have multiple courses you're teaching. You're like, oh, well, I want to push those same categories out to all of my classes. Can I do that? Yes, you can. Let's go right here to grade setup. Okay. And when you're in grade setup, at the very top here, you're going to see the word categories. And you may only have one or none right here. You're going to use this add button to create a category. All right. And give the category a name. So again, like, projects, assessments, tests, quizzes, whatever it is you want to do, homework, daily tasks. Keep this set to total points. PowerSchool likes it better. Just trust me on that. And then the drop lowest, that's up to you. I would keep that at 0. That'll give you a little bit more control as a teacher versus Schoology automatically dropping the lowest score for you. All right, go ahead and click create. I'm going to make one. Actually, let's do one together. I'm going to call this one test cat, short for test category. All right, and I will click create. And let's see if it makes it. It should. And there it is down there at the bottom. Okay, if you want to reorder these, by the way, you can drag them around. I'll leave it at the bottom though for right now. I am not going to talk about weight categories in this video because I actually recommend that you keep everything the same weight. It just makes things cleaner. That's the way I've done it. But if you're a weight person and you want to get everything all weighted, you can do it. I just don't know. I haven't tested how well it's going to sync up with PowerSchool. So there's that. All right. So now that I have all of these set out, I'm like, these are all the categories I want to use. See this button right here? It says copy settings. When I click copy settings, I gotta make sure I save my changes. Okay, there we go. Great. It's going to pop open this window here saying, hey, what do you want to copy over to your other courses? I only want to copy over the categories for right now. You can copy your grading scales and rubrics if you like. And then you're going to choose the courses that you want to copy them to. So if you want to do all of them, you're just going to check all these boxes. For right now, I'm just going to choose one. Okay, just for example's sake. And I'm going to say copy. Boop. Okay, it says it has been copied. Great. I'm going to go over to that 7th grade course just to see if that actually happened. So here I am in the 7th grade course, and I'm going to go over to grade setup for this course. And I can see everything was copied over, including the test cat that I did. Now, you might notice, like, Shima, what's up? I got 2 that are the same now. Well, that's because I had already created daily task in the 7th grade class already. So it's still copied over. Now I have 2. All right. Well, I can get rid of the one that I'm not using, the one that I just brought over. So it doesn't tell you which one is the copy. So just click on the X over here. And if it's the one that you're already using in the class, you'll get this little error saying, you're already using this in an assignment you've assigned in this class. So I don't want to do that. Let me try the other one, and that should delete just fine. Great. Now I have 1. All right. Fantastic. Hope that makes sense. Let's go over to PowerSchool now. All right. Oh, automatic log out here. Okay, great. All right, so we're in, and I'm in Power Teacher Pro, the grading side, right? I'm going to use this button right up here. All right, it's a plus sign. When I click on it, this is where you would normally have created an assignment back in the old days of just PowerSchool, right? But now we're going to create a category. All right, this window will open up. If you want to see the categories that you already have in PowerSchool, you can click the View All tab, and that will show you all of the categories that you have. And notice how I have these applied to all of my classes. And these are some ones that I just applied to certain classes. Okay, notice that says more there if I want to see all of the classes where I have this one. Now, this discussion is one that I made specifically for this pairing thing with Schoology. And there's the ungraded one that I also did too as well. All right. So to create a category, you want to be on this first tab here and give it a category name. So I'm going to call this one Test Cat. All right. Let's give it a color. I'll call it, let's make it purple. Make sure that it's active. Now I want to apply this to all of my classes, right? So I have to click on Select Classes and check mark all the classes that I want to apply this to. For this example, I'm going to do my Computer Foundations class and my 2 Computer 7 classes, just for this example. Normally, I would want to do all of them, all right? And so those are all selected because you see them all right there listed, all right? And then I'm going to hit Save. Okay, great. Now, just to check to make sure that that went in there, I'm going to show you that in category, that test cat category should be an actual category now in the view all. So there it is right down there. Great. Now let's go back over to Schoology, and I'm in the 7th grade class. Now I'm going to do some pairing. Okay, so I'm going to go to the PowerSchool tab. And again, this is going to take a little while to open up. Okay. And you can see I have these errors over here, right? And why do I have these errors? Because I need a category for it to be assigned to. All right. So I'm going to go to configuration. And it's going to take a little while because that's how it goes. All right, here we go. All right, now let's parse this all out here. So daily, weekly with classwork, I like that. I should have a discussion one, so that's going to pair. Performance will pair with performance. Project with project, I like that. Quiz, I made a quiz. There we go. I made a test. I don't have one called test, but I have it called assessment. Same thing. There's my test cat. So I'm going to pair my test cat that I made in Schoology with a test cat that I made in PowerSchool. And then I have my ungraded one, which is my not graded one that I created here. And then I'm going to make sure that this is checked, right? And save changes. Okay, give it a moment. Now, you're all set to go on this one class. All right, you need to do this pairing thing with each of your courses. And that's where the little time comes. You just need to sit and crank them out. All right, one thing that you want to keep in mind, if you are a teacher that has multiple sections of a single course, I'm going to give you an example. Let's go over to the, let's see, let's go over to my courses and let's go into one that I have multiple sections here. These ones both have that. Okay. When I'm in the grade setup to do the pairing, okay. I'm sorry. I want to be in PowerSchool. My fault. So many videos. All right. Okay, here we go. Let's go to configuration. Okay, great. All right, so I make this all set up, but you see up here, the very top is really small. All right, I'm only doing this for section A right now. Okay, so I need to click on that and choose section B. And it'll bring that back up again and pair that all back up for section B now. All right, so just be wary of that. Let's see if it auto does it. Oh, actually, I set these ones all up. So there's test cat right there. Boop. All right, so there's that set up. Okay, and that is how you pair your categories. Now, the whole system does an auto sync at the end of the day. I'm guessing around 5 o'clock. All right. There is a way to be able to sync classes on the fly, and it was actually on before, but I'm not quite seeing it there. You see right here where it says sync changes. There used to be a button here that would do all kinds, sync the entire course, but now all we have is the sync in an individual assignments. Let's say you have a student that turned in something late and you want to okay, they're trying to do eligibility or whatnot. You put their grade into Schoology and you want to sync it with PowerSchool on the fly. Just find that course and click on the little curly Q and you'll see that sync is now queued. It does not happen instantaneous. It takes a little while. And I've seen it take anywhere from 10 minutes to an hour. So keep that in mind. All right, I hope that helps get you started and have a great day.